now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. Call us or tweet us. The phone number is 412-575-2600 right here on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. Or you can tweet us at Richie Walsh. I'm easy to find unless I blocked you. And I only blocked you if you're mean to me on Twitter. But I'm only taking nice tweets on this pre-Easter Nightly Sports Call. Make sure you tweet them in. Tweet us. Tweet us or call us. Phone lines are up right now. Operators are standing by. John's manning the phones there, making sure we don't get any prank calls tonight. 412-575-2600. So we got a lot of things to talk about. The number one topic tonight are the Penguins back in the postseason. The Pens are more than likely going to either head to Columbus or Philadelphia in the first round. They got to hang on to the number 2 seed at least to get home ice advantage in the first round. There's a chance they could win this division. I think it's unlikely. Washington has a game in the hand. Pens are 3 points back. Tomorrow's a huge game. If the Pens can win that, get within a point, Washington would still have a game in hand, and they would need a little help. The Pens would have to win out. They have Columbus, and I think they finish with Ottawa. And those final 2 games for the Pens, and they would have to win both, and then Washington would have to lose 1 or 2 at that point and not get any points for the Penguins to jump ahead of them. I think the Penguins are really content with being the number 2 seed. That's how they made it to the Stanley Cup Finals the last couple years. A number 2 seed has worked for this team. They would have home ice advantage in the first round, and you can't let Columbus creep up on you right now. Points back. Philadelphia's 4 points back, but the Flyers have a game in hand, and they play tomorrow. So things could get interesting. The Penguins need to win 2 of the next 3 to solidify that second spot, I'm pretty sure. But they played a pretty good game against a so-so Montreal team. Matt Murray played one of his best games since coming back from a concussion, 24 saves. Made a crucial one late in the third period. If you remember, it was a 4-2 game, and then made a huge save. We're going to show you that coming up on KDK TV News tonight at 11 o'clock. Made a huge save. It really turned the game around in favor of the Penguins. They go on to get another goal, make it 5-2, and then it was basically game over. So a solid game. One thing that you cannot do against this team, you cannot give them a man advantage. They cannot take a penalty because the Pens score at, if you look at statistically, they score 20 time on the power play, but tonight we're 3 for 5, and they can score at will on the power play, and Phil Kessel's a scoring machine. He did leave in the third period tonight. No update from the Penguins if he's okay, if he'll be able to play tomorrow night. I guess if it is, it might be a precautionary thing where he sits out tomorrow, but nothing. I wasn't over there, so I don't even know if he was in the locker room after the game, but he did not come back. He left in the third period. So that could be something to keep an eye on. We will know tomorrow more. The Penguins will not hold a morning skate tomorrow, but head coach Mike Sullivan is available in the morning, so I'm sure he'll update that scenario. Also, I was kind of surprised. I don't know about you guys, but I didn't think Matt Murray would even start this game. I thought he would probably start tomorrow night against Washington. It was his 5th straight start tonight. I don't think it's not the Penguins or Mike Sullivan's MO to play goalies in back-to-back situations, but who knows if he'll play tomorrow night against Washington. I would imagine Casey DeSmith would play in that game. I didn't hear anything in post-game if he decided on his goalie, but it is an interesting situation for the Penguins if they do go with Casey DeSmith tomorrow against the division-leading Capitals. Maybe they just don't want to give anything away, but I'd imagine the Capitals know all about Matt Murray right now, facing him basically the last 2 years, or seeing him in the last 2 years in the playoffs. So it'll be interesting. 3 games left for the Penguins. The home stretch is here, and they want to put their best games together here, the final games of the year. This team talks about it. Matt Murray talks about it at length, and you'll hear his interview coming up on KDK TV about why they need to play their best heading into the postseason. A lot of fans, a lot of people calling in on the show worried about the Penguins heading into the postseason. But tonight, they look pretty solid all around, and we can see tomorrow. You'll have a better idea tomorrow. This team seems to get up for big games like this. I think they win tomorrow night, and I think that they can make things interesting in the division. Well, we're going to make things interesting. Give me a call, 412-575-2600. Phone lines are open back in a couple minutes.
The Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call is brought to you by Ireland Contracting, putting new roofs on Pittsburgh homes for over 25 years. Call Ireland Contracting at 1-800-NEW-ROOF.